Bowl fam, Chargers chat listeners, welcome to the first ever NFLMike Bowl of the Week. I'm NFLMike, an NFL content creator that covers football 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and twice on Sunday. I'm not just a massive NFL fan or a massive football fan, but also probably that crazy Chargers fan you've seen on your timeline so many times. I've been a Chargers fan my whole life, taking my fandom from Qualcomm Stadium all the way overseas to Japan, where I competed in Japan's X League, and all the way back home to Los Angeles, California, where I reside today. You'll often see me at Thunder Alley or in the stands screaming my head off and just having a blast, being super passionate about my favorite team. I am so excited to bring this new segment to the Chargers Chat podcast and get more involved specifically in Chargers content. Thank you guys for giving me the platform and the chance. Thanks for lending me your ears so I could talk for a while. First, let me explain what the Bowl of the Week segment even is. Every time you guys see me here on the Chargers Chat podcast, I'll be selecting a new Charger to take a deep dive looking up their history. How did they get to where they are today? And how did they become one of all of our favorite players? I'm going to be going back to these guys' Pop Warner days. And hopefully we all learn some new stuff about some of our favorite Chargers. So right now, before you forget, comment which Charger you want to see me cover on my next segment. Each week, I'll be going to these comment sections and just checking to see who got the most votes. Whoever got the most votes will be featured in the next episode. But for the first episode, I get to pick the Charger. So I picked one of my favorite players on the team, Asante Samuel Jr. Some of y'all know him as Zon. Asante Samuel is one of my favorite players on the team is because, for one, I played corner. And as a corner in high school, I was always super undersized. That way, when I did end up going overseas to play in Japan, I just got in the weight room and got bigger. That's exactly what Asante Samuel Jr. did to improve his game from high school through college and into the NFL. And now the man's an absolute dog. So starting from the very beginning, Asante Samuel Jr. was born October 19th of 1999 in Sunrise, Florida. But his football journey started way before he was ever born. Because when Asante was born, his dad, Asante Samuel Sr., was just beginning his college football career. College football career that would lead him into being drafted by the best defensive coach in the history of the sport. Bill Belichick would take Asante Samuel Sr. in the 4th round. And Samuel Sr. did not disappoint Bill. He became a multiple-time All-Pro safety in the league, led the NFL in interceptions multiple times as well. And by Asante Samuel Jr.'s 6th birthday, he was watching his dad intercept passes in the Super Bowl, helping to send the Patriots into a back-to-back championship winning era, and eventually an entire dynasty. So you could say Asante Samuel Jr. grew up in a football household, but that would be an understatement. Football was a way of life for Zonk growing up. Covered receivers like he breathed oxygen. However, what I especially like about Asante Samuel Jr.'s story, always had this urge to raise above his dad's legacy. Because ASJ didn't necessarily get all these skills from Pops. In interviews multiple times, he's made it very clear that because his dad was on the road all the time, they kind of grew apart and they kind of have a distant relationship to this day. And Zont has made it very clear that he wants to stand on his own legacy, and that the comparisons to his dad and his dad always being brought up alongside his name only motivates him to be better than his dad. Like I said, a multiple-time All-Pro, member of back-to-back Super Bowl winning teams that were won off the backs of defense in the secondary. All of this is why Asante Samuel Jr. got to work extremely young. When AJ was a child, Samuel Sr.'s mom, his grandma, actually kind of raised him. In fact, she was the one who got him started playing football. Parents, don't ever do this to your kid. But I guess when Asante was 4 years old, Grandma Chris decided to white out the date on Asante Samuel's birth certificate. That way that she could change the date and have him start playing football with 6-year-olds at a very, very young age. 2 years younger than all of them. And apparently, he destroyed all the 6-year-olds at 4. This obviously carried over into Pop Warner football, and Asante Samuel Jr. would eventually attend a historic high school football program. St. Thomas Aquinas High School in Fort Lauderdale, Florida is known for producing NFL stars. Fun fact, this is the same high school that both Nick and Joey Bosa attended. And even more fun of a fact, this is the high school where current Chargers wide receiver 1 Josh Palmer went to, at the same time that Asante Samuel Jr. did. These guys went from covering each other every day at practice in high school to now covering each other every single day at practice in the NFL for the Los Angeles Chargers. What a story. Zart ended up a 4-star recruit, missing out on that 5th star simply because of size concern. 5'10", 166 pounds, but he heard the critics. So despite his size disadvantage, he decided he wanted to go compete with the best of the best in the country and committed to Florida State, otherwise known as DBU. Arriving to Florida State just a year after the Los Angeles Chargers drafted another defensive back you guys may know pretty well. By the end of his his freshman year, Asante Samuel Jr. had put on 20 pounds of muscle, and by his senior year, despite dealing with multiple injuries, he was one of the best cornerbacks in the country. He picked off 4 passes while a corner at DBU, setting up the former All-American high school player to get an invite to the NFL Combine, where he ran a 4.4 40-yard dash and definitely raised his draft stock a ton, faster than his dad's 4.5 40-yard dash 20 years prior, by the way, and earned an 87 overall draft prospect grade by expert. But because of these size concerns, even now at 180 pounds, he slid into the second round. And former Cardinals GM Steve Keim has come out and said that he was going to draft Asante Samuel Jr. with the 49th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, but instead had to go with Rondell Moore because...
With the 47th pick in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Chargers select Asante Samuel Jr., DB, Florida State.
Well, lucky us, we got him with the 47th overall pick just before he's about to be taken. While Rondell Moore is now a Falcon and Steve Keim, well, let's just say he's probably not getting any more GM jobs anytime soon. And I remember, everyone thought that this was a slot corner, but ASJ has stepped up to the plate and hit a home run outside at outside cornerback. As a rookie, he was laying the boom, forcing fumbles inside the 5 in his first career game. He locked down elite route runners such as Amari Cooper one-on-one in the red zone and was making Superman interceptions on Patrick Mahomes. Even as a rookie, he was running down the field with the likes of Justin Jefferson, Cortland Sutton, even Nico Collins. And then when Davante Adams was traded to the Las Vegas Raiders a year later, Asante Samuel Jr. was given another opportunity to shine. And shine he did, making one of the best interceptions I've ever seen as a Chargers fan. I was in section 105 for this interception and I lost my absolute mind. For 3 seasons now, ASJ has been guarding the best of the best outside at corner. He's racked up 6 career interceptions in the regular season, 35 pass defenses, and proven those size doubts wrong, racking up 165 tackles in just 46 games. Keep in mind, at this point in his career, Zont has the same amount of interceptions that his dad did, and about 30 more tackles, even though he plays corner and his dad grew up playing safe. Also, Samuel Jr. has the infamous 3 interception game in his only playoff game of his career so far, and has become a cornerstone in the Los Angeles Chargers secondary. And when you talk about hardball guys, Asante Samuel is a hardball guy, trust me. He's scrappy, willing to be physical even against larger players. And if you watch 26 on tape, you will see that he plays with the biggest heart on the field. He's one of my favorite players on the team, as I mentioned earlier, and he has an opportunity to lead the Chargers secondary this year once again. Think about this new era where the Chargers are going to see a healthy front 7 thanks to Ben Herbert. How much is that going to help Asante Samuel Jr. be the ball hawk that he is and pick off passes when the quarterback is under duress by one of the scariest pass rushes from 2023? And keep in mind, with a more sound rushing attack and a better balanced offense from the Chargers, Asante Samuel Jr. is going to get a lot more time to just simply relax on the sideline. Keep that stamina up, so late in the game when quarterbacks have to throw the ball down the field, he's at full strength, he's at full stamina. The odds have been stacked against this guy time and time again in his career, and he has always rise to the occasion. And I know he's going to rise to the occasion in the near future. Pro Bowls and Super Bowls on this team. My favorite Zont moment is undoubtedly that Davante Adams interception. But the Superman interception definitely deserves a shout out. The Chargers beat the Chiefs in that game as well. Comment your favorite Asante Samuel Jr. moment in the comment section below. And make sure that you guys comment which player you want to see me cover next. And if you want to check out my content, I'm NFLMike on all platforms. Super easy to find. Trying to boost up my YouTube channel. So if you're a YouTube viewer, come on over to the NFLMike YouTube. Just how good can Zont's career be in this new culture? The sky's the limit. But I guess sooner rather than later, the ball definitely won't lie.